Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are back with another TikTok made me do it. In today's video, we are making a rainbow nut butter pound cake. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, and come back for some more recipes. Mixing our ingredients together, I wanted to share with you guys the star of today's video. If you are on TikTok at all, there are two things I'm sure you've heard of. The first is Arisa Tisa and the drama with her ex-husband. It has me in a chokehold. And then there is rainbow nut butter. Rainbow nut butter has many different flavors. My daughter actually put me on to this, and this is the chocolate caramel pretzel peanut butter. So I thought, what better combination to put in a cake? So we are going to make a rainbow nut butter pound cake. So you can see here, you have the caramel peanut butter and you have the caramel bits. And then when we open, some has been removed. You can see the chocolate covered pretzels. Super, super rich, really, really sweet, but a small spoonful is really, really good. So hopefully our cake will turn out just as good. We're gonna go ahead and start mixing everything together. Full recipe will be down below in the description. We have our butter in the bowl. We're gonna turn the mixer on, start to cream this together, and then we're gonna go in with the granulated sugar. Once we add the granulated sugar, we're gonna let the mixer run for 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture lightens in color and becomes nice and fluffy. At that point, we'll go in and add our eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break before adding the next. Now I'm gonna add the vanilla extract. We're gonna turn the mixer back on. We are going to add half of our flour mixture, then our milk, then the other half of the flour mixture. Once that's well combined, we're gonna go in with our rainbow nut butter, and then our cake batter will be done. But once I mix in the vanilla extract, I'm gonna turn the mixer off again, scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl before adding the flour. All right, we're gonna scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl one final time. Turn the mixer back on for a few seconds to give it one final mix. And then it's gonna be time to add our cake batter to the pan. And we're gonna use the bake the cake. I'm going to generously spray with pan baking spray. Now I'm going to add about 2/3 of the cake batter to the pan. So yeah, earlier I touched on Arisa Tisa on TikTok. Y'all, if you have watched any of that saga, comment down below and let me know what you think. When I first heard about it, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to sit here and watch 50 parts to this story to find out what everybody is talking about. And I got sucked in and I watched all 50 parts and all parts of the live that came afterwards. And it is so bizarre to me. I don't remember what the first incident was, but I kind of feel like after the first or second part of her story, I would have been out. I would not have stuck around for more. probably the most bizarre thing I have ever heard of. So yeah, if you watched it, chime in down below and let me know what your thoughts are. So on top of this, we are going to add some caramel sauce. I made this sauce myself. I didn't record me making it because I do have a video on my channel. I will link that down below in the description box if you're interested in making it. You can also buy caramel, whatever your preference. But I am just going to drizzle some on top. And then we're gonna go in with the rest of the cake batter. I'm not gonna swirl this in, it'll sink as the cake bakes, so I'm gonna leave it just like this. And now I'm gonna go in with the rest of the cake batter. So the oven has been preheated to 310 degrees. I'm gonna place this inside. It'll bake for about an hour and a half. I'll adjust that time as needed, but as always, I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes in my oven. When I have the cream cheese and butter, I'm gonna turn the mixer on, mix that, add the vanilla extract, and then the powdered sugar, and then we're gonna finish with some peanut butter. The peanut butter cream cheese icing is done. I'm going to remove this and add it to a piping bag until we're ready. So here's the cake after 1 hour, 30 minutes in the oven. We're gonna let it hang out in the pan for about 10 minutes and then we'll be back to turn it out onto a cake board. I want this side of the cake to be right side up, so I'm gonna flip it twice, once onto a plate and then we're gonna flip it back over onto a cake board. I hope it doesn't stick to the pan because of that caramel. I'm a little nervous, but we'll see. Okay, so it did stick a little, and that's from caramel, but this is going to be on the bottom of the cake, and we will be coating with ganache as well as caramel, so you won't even notice this really. So we're gonna flip it back over. All right, so we are going to leave this here to cool. Once it's almost fully cool, we're gonna go ahead and make our chocolate ganache, and then we'll be back to finish the cake. So here we have our semi-sweet chocolate chips. To this, we're gonna add some warm, heavy cream, and then we're just gonna let it sit for a few minutes before we come back and stir. It's gonna give it a chance to soften. So again, I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes and we'll be right back. All right, so a few minutes have passed. We're gonna go ahead and start mixing together. As you can see, we still have some of the whole chocolate chips in here. I'm just gonna create a double boiler with this really quickly just to go ahead and melt the rest of this chocolate, and then we'll be right back. So we're back, and you can see our chocolate is completely melted. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the cake, and then we'll be back to coat it with the ganache. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and let this ganache solidify a bit before we come back to add the peanut butter cream cheese icing. Now we're going to drizzle some of the caramel on top. Finally, here we have some crushed pretzel sticks I'm just going to sprinkle on top. All right, so let me clean up my mess really quickly so I can bring you in for a closer shot, and then we're gonna cut the cake so you can see what the inside looks like. We've made it to the end of the video. Here we have the finished product, the rainbow nut butter pound cake with chocolate, peanut butter, caramel, and pretzels. Guys, this cake was really, really good, but there are two things I would do differently if I made it again. One, I would add about an additional half cup of peanut butter to the cake batter just so that flavor comes out a little more. And I also would have used milk chocolate as opposed to semi-sweet chocolate to make the ganache. Just a personal preference. I prefer the way that tastes more because with the semi-sweet you get a bit of a slightly bitter aftertaste. But other than that, the cake was really, really good, super moist. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about anything I've done, leave them down below in the comment section. I will reply. While you're here, I ask that you also please take a moment, look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a huge thumbs up before you leave. And as always, I thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.